We are taught from a very young age that math is the one thing we can completely trust. 1 plus 1 always equals 2. But today, we are going to look at a few true stories where the numbers seem to flat out lie to us. Let's start with a classic sports puzzle. Imagine two baseball athletes, player A and player B. Look at these stats. In the spring season, player A has a much higher hit rate than player B. When the fall season rolls around, player A beats player B again. 2 seasons, 2 clear wins for player A. But watch what happens when the team adds up the stats for the entire year. Player B is suddenly crowned the overall winner. Think about that for a second. How is it logically possible to win the first half of the year, win the second half of the year, and then lose the entire thing? If that feels like a harmless sports quirk, let's look at the exact same math in a life-or-death situation. 2 competing hospitals, Hospital A and Hospital B. Comparing success rates. If a patient arrives in critical condition, Hospital A is much better at saving them than Hospital B. And for healthy patients with minor issues, Hospital A is also much better at saving them. But if you ignore those categories and look at the overall survival rate, Hospital B saves more people in total. Hospital A is statistically better for every single type of patient that walks through the doors, but it looks worse overall. We see this exact same mathematical illusion happen one more time in a famous real-world puzzle involving university admissions. In the university's science department, a higher percentage of women were accepted than men. Over in the art department, the same thing happened. Women were accepted at a higher rate. Yet when the school published its total admissions list for the year, more men were accepted overall. That is the third time reality has seemed to break. The individual pieces say one thing, but the total says the exact opposite. To understand these 3 impossible puzzles, we have to look at a picture of what happens when these groups of numbers are mixed together. Here, we plot the 2 departments separately. Both lines point distinctly up, showing women had a higher acceptance rate. But watch what happens when we mix the groups into one total. The line morphs and suddenly angles down. This powerful statistical illusion is called Simpson's Paradox. It happens when a true story told by small groups of data turns into a complete lie the second you mix those groups together. The secret to this trick is all about the hidden sizes of the groups you are mixing. Let's go back to our hospitals. Hospital A's bucket reveals that they treated 100 very sick patients and only 10 healthy ones. Hospital B had the exact opposite mix. They treated only 10 sick patients, but 100 healthy ones. Healthy people are naturally easy to save, while very sick people are much harder to save. Because Hospital A took almost all of the hard cases, their overall score looks bad when you average it out. Hospital A is actually the much better hospital. They were penalized in the total score simply because they took on the hardest work. It's the same for our baseball players. Player B only got a higher total because he had far more attempts in the easy season, while Player A's total was dragged down by taking most of his turns in the much harder season. At the university, the total reversed, because men applied in much larger numbers to easier school programs, which inflated their overall score. When groups are different sizes, adding them together into one big bowl hides the truth. Next time someone shows you a big total number, always ask them to open the box and show you the pieces inside, because sometimes the total is hiding the truth.